Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Yeah, today it worked out nicely. Yeah, did highlight earlier today that the wave 3 is probably in progress. That was the case. It actually hit the support area here and already reversed out of it. But ideally, personally, I'd like to see here one more low. You know how it is. Sometimes you want to see those additional lows and they don't happen. Yeah. This could still be here the wave 4 and we could head down. The thing is, let me explain to you what's going on here. There are a few things we need to talk about. So let me first hide that resistance area. That was the resistance for the B wave. It was relevant, not really anymore. So we've got 5 waves off the low here of the 10th of March. Yeah, 5 waves up. So we can consider this an impulse. And I consider the move to the downside currently a correction, ABC. So far, it's a very shallow correction. However, many altcoins have already corrected quite deeply into support. So Ethereum not really, Bitcoin also not really. But they have come down far enough to consider this correction also theoretically complete. You can see here we've got 3 waves down already in wave 2. So it doesn't need another wave. Yeah, we've got the 3 waves down. Ideally though, if I look at the C wave, so we've got A, B and C, ideally in the C wave, I'd like to see an additional low. The subwave structure is not terribly clear here. It was fairly clear here on the way up. It's not terribly clear on the way down. The A wave is fine. The B wave is fine. The C wave though, I'd like to see another wave. I only have basically in the C wave 3 waves. You can always count, if it now continues to rally this bit here, I can always count it as a WXY, but it would be, it wouldn't be the ideal structure. So what I'm thinking could be happening here is that we might be working on an ending diagonal. Yeah. In this ending diagonal, an overlap between waves 1 and 4 is complete. Now, if you look at the traditional impulsive structure, if wave C is an impulse, then you would want to avoid an overlap between waves 1 and waves 4. And you would also want to avoid that the wave 4 rallies above the 50% retracement. It did that. So it broke above the 50% retracement of the third wave. However, Ethereum didn't break and sustain above it. So for me, this could very well, it got rejected at the 50% retracement 1660. At the moment, and I have to say, as long as the B wave high stays intact, 1724, as long as that's the case, I'd be focused here on the downside. But if we break above the B wave high, then I consider already the next wave up has started. The thing is though, that already a break above that trend line here would be a very first signal that the trend is shifting. Until then, one more low would be ideal. Should be a fairly long wave 5 if this is really an expanding wedge pattern. These often break to the upside. We had a nice example on the Polkadot chart recently. Let me just open that just to show it. They tend to, even though these expanding diagonals are fairly rare, but we had one here on the dot chart, yeah, where it also made that the same structure came down and then just broke to the upside. Ethereum could do something similar on a smaller scale here. So at the moment, these are the relevant levels for me here. The B wave high is absolutely relevant. The break above the descending trend line. And until we do that, the expectation is down for one more low to the downside. I did give you targets here before, measured in a way that we can compare waves A and C. And we got the 1607 level, 1534, somewhere in between. It would be ideal to find support there, but theoretically it can use the entire support area. It could become a shallow wave too. If I look at what many altcoins are doing, I mean, VeChain really should have maybe one more low, but also it actually made that low I talked about, yeah. So some of these altcoins could have their lows already in. So that makes me think, is this over soon? Are we not going to see much more downside for ETH and maybe Bitcoin? So either way, in whatever shape or form this is going to happen, as long as 1459 stays intact down there, the relevant 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level of the wave 1. As long as that stays intact, I would expect a third wave to the upside. So that's the situation, you know, and the support area is clear. The support area was clear. So let's see. At the moment, I don't have a strong indication that a top is in place. But if it now comes down, makes a higher low, breaks out of the wedge to the upside, then we have a first strong indication a low was in. And then I would have to count this correction as a W, X, Y, because the Y wave has 3 waves only. But it's not an ideal structure. So we always look for the ABC first. Yeah, and that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.